Hey kiddies, it's Triple Feature Tuesday once again, and Killer Klowns Month continues with 80s aliens and their cocoons. That's right, back in the 80s, aliens just always putting things in cocoons for various reasons. I mean, 90% of the time it's to eat the thing later or consume it in some fashion. And so we're going to look at the spectrum of, good things being in cocoons to, bad things being in cocoons to Jesus God Almighty cocoons. Our menu is going to include Cocoon, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and Alien. I had never seen Cocoon before. I don't know, just nothing about it ever really jumped out at me. Ron Howard, he's a good director, but he's one of those directors that I can sort of take or leave, depending on the subject matter. And, old people and aliens, it never really jumped out at me. Having now watched it, yeah, it's pretty boring. Don't get me wrong, the cast, incredible. Wilford Brimley, Hume Cronin, Don Amici, Jessica Tandy, Steve Guttenberg, Brian Dennehy, really great, and even little Barrett Oliver, Bastian from Neverending Stories in there. They're all great, and it's really fun to see, Brian Dennehy and Wilford Brimley, who more often than not are playing, antagonists, playing, genuinely good guys. But, there are no consequences in this movie. It doesn't matter what happens to anybody because everything's just going to sort of be fine, and even if it's not fine, people aren't going to be angry. In this movie, the titular Cocoons are Brian Dennehy and a race of aliens that are never really explained who they are, but they are glowing, luminous beings that wear little human skin suits, which we're going to assume that they came by through artificial means and didn't actually kill people. About 10,000 years ago, they were on planet Earth, specifically in Atlantis, when things went horribly wrong and the bulk of them left, but they had to leave a few people behind to facilitate their escape with, the hope that they'd come back and rescue them, which this is the rescue mission. They commissioned Steve Guttenberg to rent their boat and get the cocoons holding all of their old friends out of the ocean and into a pool in a house that they've bought, and they've somehow infused the pool with basically a fountain of youth. Don Amici, Hume Cronin, and Wilford Brimley had been previously sneaking into this pool because it's next to their retirement home. After they start swimming with the cocoons in the water, they find they're rejuvenated, progressively more so and more so. So they keep doing it. They keep sneaking in. They get caught. Brian Dennehy says, "Yeah, it's okay." They keep doing it. Then everybody from the retirement home figures it out, and then they ruin the pool and end up killing two of the cocooned aliens. But Brian Denny's sort of okay with it. They put all the aliens back in the cocoons back in the water because there's not enough life juice for them to sustain them on the trip home. And then the aliens take all the old people to space where they'll live forever, and hopefully they'll come back in another 10,000 years and rescue the aliens. So everything was a complete failure and nothing really mattered. The cocoons, however, completely benign. They are just there to protect the poor aliens that are stuck there for a while. And, yeah, that's it. Cocoon, love everybody in it, but it's just sort of a nothing movie. I don't know what else to say about it. I guess Killer Klowns is on the triple feature again, wouldn't you know? The Killer Klowns have come from outer space for us. I really enjoy alien movies where the aliens are here to, kill every single thing on the planet for reasons. And a lot of the times the reasons are very nebulous. In this movie, they are very, very specific. Killer Klowns are here to eat us. They keep firing these pink lasers at people that end up cocooning them in what Mike dubs cotton candy cocoons. He will say it several times. I love the part where Mike and Debbie are trying to convince Officer Dave, Debbie's ex-boyfriend, and, the good cop, as opposed to John Vernon's Mooney, the bad cop. They're trying to explain that they're killer clowns and they're putting people in cotton candy cocoons. And Dave just looks at him and all seriously, Cocoons. It's part of what makes Dave so much fun throughout the whole movie is he's playing it so completely straight and Dudley do-right. It's wonderful. The killer clowns are putting people in cotton candy cocoons, and we find out the very specific reason is to eat them. We see in graphic detail as one of the killer clowns finds a cocoon that's, just right, and sticks a really crazy straw in there and starts sucking out, let's just assume at minimum, blood and, other assorted life juices. We don't know what exactly the cotton candy cocoons are doing, but they do kill the person outright. They appear to be dead. There's no, struggling or, that would have been a good shock value when Mike pulls one of the cocoons apart and the face shows up. It would have been even creepier if the thing was still alive. But mercifully, it seems like it kills you pretty quickly, if not instantly. So, bad, but at least you're dead. As opposed to the poor bastards in Jim Cameron's Aliens. The follow-up to Ridley Scott and Dan O'Bannon's masterpiece Alien. This is we took the suspense body horror thriller and turned it into an action horror war movie, and it was great. Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley, and the Colonial Space Marines aboard the Sulaco go back to LV-425. 425? Yeah, LV-425. They're trying to make contact with all the colonists that have stopped calling everybody because, they're all dead. All of the colonists appear to be in the middle of the alien hive. They, of course, don't know it's the hive yet, but they find out pretty quickly when they find one of the colonists that has been cocooned. The aliens secrete some sort of chitinous liquid. It comes out saliva, and then it'll harden, not unlike bees making honeycomb. They find one of these poor colonists, and she, I believe it's a she, is still alive, and they start trying to break her out of the cocoon while she's begging them to kill her, and she's begging them to kill her because there is an alien impregnated in her that bursts out of her chest within minutes of being awoken. See, you could have just died in the Killer Klowns movie. In this one, not only are you face raped for, 12 hours or so, you are then imprisoned and left to wait until the alien fetus grows big enough to violently erupt from your chest and kill you with, acid and heart attacks and God knows what other bone damage. Thank you, aliens. It's sort of interesting if you go back, if you have kind of a nicer version of the Alien DVD, it more than likely has, at minimum, the deleted scenes or sometimes even a different cut. I saw it on cable once, where in the original Alien movie, Captain Dallas, Tom Skerritt's character, and Harry Dean Stanton's character, Brett, they appear to be killed in the movie, but in this other version of Alien, they're actually taken away by the alien and cocooned in a different way. Ripley runs into, stumbles upon them, and they're being slowly turned into the egg cocoons that Kane found the field of, his facehugger attached. So at least at one point there was a different idea that there would be cocoons used to metamorphose people into facehuggers, which that would have been pretty damn bad too. So I guess I'm glad they went with, they didn't do that so that Jim Cameron could go with the, nicer idea of the alien queen laying eggs with her, 30-foot long prehensile uterus. Yeah, aliens are just gross in general. You don't want to be, even the cocoons in Cocoon were just kind of, I know it was all ocean stuff gunked on them, but ew. So, 80s aliens and cocoons, just a bad situation. Cocoon, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Aliens. And I'll see you guys next week with yet another different theme that's going to utilize Killer Clowns.